Hello, everyone, and thank you for visiting my channel. Today, I want to talk about how successful expats are able to succeed in the Philippines and what you can learn from them so you can adopt a similar mindset. Stay tuned. The successful, quiet expat is skilled at maintaining balance. He knows that longevity and peace matter more in the Philippines than bragging rights or temporary thrills. His time, health, and peace of mind are just as important as his financial freedom. He respects the culture without trying to control it, walks carefully, and stays out of the spotlight. He prefers simplicity over grandeur. Because of this, he succeeds not just financially, but also emotionally and spiritually. Many people come and go, burn out, and lose money, but the silent expat persists. He thrives in silence, and his wealth, it lasts. The allure of the Philippines for expats is strong. A tropical climate, a relatively low cost of living compared to Western countries, warm hospitality, and a vibrant culture. Many people aspire to live a quiet expat life, one that is peaceful, cozy, and financially stable. However, doing so requires careful planning, a thorough understanding of regional quirks, and a proactive approach to money management. Successful expats use several strategies to preserve and even grow their wealth instead of just being there and hoping for the best. Before even arriving in the Philippines, successful expats establish a solid financial foundation. This proactive planning is arguably the most important part of avoiding future financial issues. A clear grasp of current assets such as investments, pensions, real estate in the Philippines, and liabilities such as debt and mortgages provides a baseline. Rent, utility, food, healthcare, transportation, and discretionary spendings are all factors that successful expats consider when estimating the true cost of living in their chosen destination in the Philippines. They often create a detailed budget that includes some buffer for unexpected expenses. Resources like Numbeo or regional expat communities are especially helpful for this. Having clear financial goals guides all subsequent actions, whether that involves building a business, securing a sustainable retirement income, or funding children's education. Successful expats understand the cost of living, banking policies, tax laws, both domestically and in the Philippines, and investment options. Although the Philippines may be cheaper than many Western countries, they recognize that unforeseen expenses can still happen. That's why they keep emergency savings and a reasonable budget on hand. They also avoid putting all their money in one basket. This applies to investments as well as how they store and assess funds. They also follow all financial, tax, and immigration laws to avoid fines and legal issues that could cause financial losses. They are good at making educated decisions to avoid scams by understanding local customs, business practices, and building a trustworthy network they can turn to for help if needed. Most successful expats keep bank accounts in their home country for passive income such as pensions and investments, and they only open local Philippine bank accounts for daily expenses. This approach offers flexibility and minimizes currency risk. They research and understand the requirements for opening accounts, minimum balances, and transfer fees at banks known to serve expats, like BDO, BPI, Metrobank, Union Bank, and HSBC. For greater financial privacy, multi currency options, and easier international transfers, some consider offshore bank accounts, especially if they plan to move between multiple countries. They keep an eye on exchange rates and use reputable money transfer services or specialized currency brokers like Wise, formerly TransferWise, for better rates and lower fees compared to traditional banks, helping them avoid random currency conversions. Many successful expats continue to hold investments, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate in their home country, especially if those investments are well established and managed. While foreign ownership of land is pretty much non existent here, some expats look into local investment alternatives, such as long term leasing agreements or condominium ownership. This could be for rental income or personal use. Successful expats know that launching a business or investing in one can provide revenue, but it also necessitates a thorough comprehension of the local laws and market conditions. Investing in government bonds or the Philippine Stock Exchange may be an alternative for some people who are familiar with the local market, but market volatility and currency fluctuations must be taken into account before taking such a risk. Successful expats consult with financial advisors who specialize in their finance and who are knowledgeable about the financial systems of both the expat's home country and the Philippines. Many countries have DTAs with the Philippines to prevent individuals from being taxed twice on the same income. Expats need to understand how these agreements apply to their specific situation. Determining tax residency in both the home country and the Philippines is crucial, as it dictates tax obligations. Understanding what income is taxable in the Philippines, for example, income earned within the Philippines versus income from overseas. A successful expat is one who conducts an in depth review of every major purchase, business venture, or investment opportunity. This includes verifying legal documents, checking reputations, and seeking independent advice, while being aware of common scams targeting expats such as romance scams, investment scams, and real estate fraud. Avoid pushy sales tactics from people in the Philippines and give yourself enough time to make better financial decisions. Hire a reputable attorney for important business agreements, such as real estate deals or contracts. When working with local partners or business or large ventures, ensure they are trustworthy and have a solid reputation. Many expats were done in by doing business with the locals without giving themselves time to get to fully know who they were doing business with. Some gave a large sum of money to the locals, believing it was being distributed into the business, only to later find out that the money was used for something else. Although not directly financial, understanding local customs and communication styles can help prevent misunderstandings that might lead to financial problems. Successful expats ensure they avoid investment offers that promise unusually high or guaranteed returns. Choosing a quiet expat life naturally promotes wealth retention because it emphasizes less on luxuries like fancy cars, expensive entertainment, or luxury items, and more on meaningful friendships, cultural immersion, and natural beauty. To significantly cut key expenses, many successful expats opt for more modest housing, use local transportation, and cook more often. They often avoid expat groups that pressure them to maintain a certain lifestyle. These pressures are often sidestepped by the quiet expat who values real friendships over competitive spending. The lower cost of labor, food, and basic services like massages, domestic help, or eating out locally enable a better quality of life for less money, allowing more funds to go towards savings or investments. Living in less crowded places or nearer to nature might lower transportation expenses and the need for pricey cars. Laws, rules, and the financial landscape are subject to change. Successful expats stay informed through reputable news sources, financial blogs, and expat communities. To conclude, to be a successful expat in the Philippines, maintaining wealth and avoiding financial collapse requires you to be intentional and well informed, rather than luck. It requires thorough pre departure planning, strategic ongoing financial management, vigilance against common pitfalls, and a willingness to adapt to the local environment while adhering to one's financial principles. The quiet expat life often goes hand in hand with financial prudence, as a simpler, more mindful existence can naturally lead to lower expenses and greater savings. The most crucial investment for anyone thinking about taking this route is in education and expert advice. If you don't have these, your ambition of living comfortably as an expat might easily become a financial nightmare. All right, guys, that is all for today's show. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.